Guys, the presidential schedule is out and the man is not traveling today, so we know Feb 6 will be a dud. If Feb 6 is a dud, Feb 9 will be an absolute dud because every diet woke monkey on planet Earth is looking at the Super Bowl. All the gematria potheads, the junkies that can't even look at a calendar are looking at the Feb 9. So nothing will happen on Feb 9. The Super Bowl will be a complete dud. A complete dud. All right? What will be not a dud? Well, if you see, if February 6th is J24 and they gave you the September 24th coding, you got to look at the 9th. When is the 9th? The 9th ends on February 10th, right? That's the day you look at. And what did they give you all this coding about 128 nonstop? The Obama movie came out on 128, right? Not only is January 28th 128, but the date is also on February 10th. It's also 12/12. 12/12. That's the day Obama was in the classroom. And it's also 11/11, people's favorite 11/11. And what is 11/11? Well, 11 minus 6, right? This calendar Shavat we're in is month 11 and month 5. What is this date? It's remember the 5th of November. Right? And if we have to remember the 5th of November, let's go to Torah month 5. If we go to Torah month 5, right? Because we're in Shabbat, so let's go to Torah month 5. We're in Torah month 5. Let's look at when 5/11 is. 5/11 is exactly that July 18th date we talk about, 5/18 and 5/17. When does World War III begin? It begins on 5/17, right? July 17th at Netflix that shows 5/17. That's exactly on the 10th, 5/10. We know 0 is not a number, so that's May Day, right? Why did they give us May 6th? The reason they gave us the 6th, which is exactly 70 weeks of Daniel and everything I said in the last video, February 6th is massively connected because 6s are 9s, like we keep saying. But obviously they're not going to do the Super Bowl because every dipshit on planet Earth is looking at the Super Bowl and they have all those codings for the Super Bowl. So obviously they're not going to do the Super Bowl. They're not going to do Bloody Sunday, but what they are going to do is exactly this date, 5/10. The Q PSYOP said on July 11th, on the 11th, the post was they all thought it would be yesterday. And yesterday is right here on the 10th, right? And look at July 10th. July 10th is that 5/3 coding where Barbie and Oppenheimer came out in Fifth Third Bank and the rest of it. That's why in December, I'm like, dude, something goes down December 10th, right? Because if you go to December 10th, it was that October 7th coding, 10/10. That's why Madonna's holding up the 10/10. That's that October 7th coding on December 10th. We also know Shavat means 11 and it means 5. So let's go to month 11. What's 11/10? 11/10, November 10th, right? 11/10, the death of Janice, November 10th. And that's why you had the birthday cake on November 1st, and you had the eagle burning and the rest of it, the fake thing which happened. I said something about an eagle burning on January 29th or January 30th, and you had that American Eagle fake nonsense, right? So that ritual, that American Eagle burning. So November 10th is the day death of Janice. You get it? So the date we're looking at is November 10th. November damn 10th. And if we go to November 10th here, or November 10th on our calendar, let's go to our special calendar. 7, right? So if we go to 7/10, 7/10 is Yom Kippur. There's your 7/14, the Trump ritual day. You get it? 7/10. All you got to do is look at the 10. And the 28th. The 28th, the Julian of the date, February 10th is January 28th. January is our first month, so let's go to this 28. What is that date? October 2nd, event 201. Event 201 right here, right? But let's go to October 2nd on the real October 2nd. What do you think October 2nd is? It's Elul 29. Elul 29, the day of remission. October 2nd, the day of damn remission, right? And And if you go to October 28th, 1028, that's what we're looking at, right? 1028, 128. Look at that date, 926. 926 right here. 126 and 926. That's the day. That's the day where the whale ritual came out. You get it? So this is why they gave you the 28. And this is why I'm like, dude, something massive goes on January 27th. And you got all this Chinese AI rocks world, giant reef, $1 trillion panic, all this other stuff on the date. It was our 27th, but it was the 26th on the Torah calendar. That is the exact date on February 10th. But why do we have this date before? Because you're a dipshit if you ask these questions. Oh, how come you didn't know January 10th before? How come you didn't know freaking September 26th before? You dipshits. Not you guys, but the dipshits in the comments that can't handle looking at dates. Look at Steve Fletcher. He's picking every date since 2015, right? We're picking certain dates that connect, that they give you. We're not looking at the sun and the moon and the damn dirt. We're not looking at gematria, pothead, junk nonsense. We're looking at is right here, the date they gave you, 128, leave the world behind. Obviously, you have to have this date, J24, because they gave you September 24th. But the dude is not traveling on J24. Then you look at J28, right? Because J28 is still the 28, is still the 9th. It's still the 9th, so it still connects to your J24 connection. And this date is remember the 5th of November, right? If you remember the 5th of November, what is month 5? Month 5 is obviously, so we go to May. If we go to May, look at damn May, dude. Look at damn May. If we go to May, it's 3/11, the day the pandemic started, right? The day the pandemic started. Let's look at May right here. May 11th. This is the day the pandemic started right here, 3/11. And how does it connect to Bye Bye Miss American Pie and the rest of it? May 17th, 5/17 and 5/18. You get it? 5/17. So if you go to 5/17 right here. What is that day? That day is the 10th. The day World War III commences is right here. And 0 is not a number. So that's May Day. And that's why you have that article knocking on the door of Judgment Day pointing to May Day with a timestamp of 310. 310, 10-3. And I can understand why it said 310. And the reason it says 310 is because they're pointing you right to this day, right here. On 310, right? 310 right here. So bottom line is the day we're watching, the day you got to be watching is the day, the 9th, May 18th, right? May 18th. May 18th. When's the 9th? The 9th doesn't end until the 10th, right? The 9th doesn't end until the 10th. There's your Homer Simpson 518 connection. 518. You got Homer Simpson showing 518. And if we're looking at May 10th, what happened on May 10th? What the hell happened on May 10th? What happened on May 10th is they made these fake solar storms go viral. The amazing sky on May 10th, right? What is this? It was all green. And even CNN dipshits were running articles about May 10th. Why? Because very simply, what is this date? This is the day of Ishtar, when Ishtar came to frickin' visit on May 10th. And when was that day? It was 2/2, right? 2/2. But May 10th was the day when Ishtar came to flippin' visit, right? And why? If you think this is all confusing, go watch freaking Exalted Lamb. That guy is on heroin, dude. That dude is 100% on heroin, no doubt. His nonsense is complete nonsense. I mean, these are simple calendars, right? Simple calendars. If you don't understand it, watch it again. But his stuff, you can watch 12 times. You'll never understand it. That guy is on freaking damn huge, massive amount of drugs. That guy needs a drug test immediately. Okay? So the day, let's look at our handy dandy calendar one more time. Our handy dandy calendar back in September shows the day we're watching is obviously the day they gave you, September 26th, right? So September 26th is right here. If it's not September 26th, what day do we look at? We look at September 29th. When is September 29th? October 2nd. October 2nd over there is already October 3rd, right? October 3rd. But the day we're looking at, when you see Warren Buffett selling all that stock, when was he selling all that stock? 728. And the timestamp was 1117. You get it? 728, 1117. Let's look at it one more time. When is May 10th? May 10th is right here on 1117, right? 5 plus 6 is 11. So Warren Buffett's 1117 and 728 match this day, the 10th. Warren Buffett selling 728, the exact date on February 10th. The Julian of February 10th is 728. And I just showed you the timestamp 1117, right? 1117. What are the damn odds? 728. You are not retarded. Exalted Lamb is retarded. You're not. Okay? So the Julian of February 10th is 728. 128 right here, 728. And if we go, if on this calendar it's Shavat. Shavat means 5. So if we go to 5, we go to Torah month 5, Shavat, Torah month 5. What is the date on 5/10? What is the damn date on 5/10? 5/10 is the date, the 17th. And what does Shavat mean? It means 5 and 11. 1117, the damn timestamp, right here, right? And let's go, if we're in the month of December, since we're on month 12, right here, 12/10. Let's go look at 12/10, December 10th. Let's go to this December 10th first. I did an entire video about this day. What is December 10th? It's Oct 7. October 7th over and over again is December 10th. But we needed to have the 6th, the first Trump ritual. The first Trump ritual was on 5/6. What's 5/6? It's 5/9. You see, it's still the 9th. December 10th is still the 9th. But it's also 7/11. It's also 7/11. Look for yourself. The 11th, it's 5/11, 7/11, 9/11. It's all of it right here. All of it. And the man is traveling. Every monkey on earth is looking at the Super Bowl, which nothing will happen in the Super Bowl except a fake scripted game will be played, and the eagle will likely burn on the Super Bowl. Let's see if the eagle actually burns on the Super Bowl. And whether the eagle burns or not, the next day, the dude is traveling, and it's Elul 29, the most important day of our lives, Elul 29. How is it Elul 29? You simply go to our September calendar, right? The September calendar, and look at the Julian 728. It's October 2nd. So then you simply take your ass to October 2nd, and it's Elul 29, the damn day of remission that I've talked about over and over and over again. So, what other day? So we just established that 5/10, February 10th, 5/10, Shavat 10 is the 17th, the day World War III commences, right? But if we go to 1117, see, 5 plus 6 is 11. Let's go to 1117. 1117. What is that day? It's the 14th. And what was in that Trump movie? The black and white movie on 11/14. The Trump goes down ritual. You get it? The day on February 10th. The day on February 10th. Obviously, I'm going to pick the 6th. So they coded it, but 6s are 9s. And that's the 17th and 18th day. Right here. Remember the 5th of November. And that's why the timestamp was 118. 118 in the Trump tweet. He's going down on Manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday. That's my damn fun day. And when did the song Manic Monday release? On December 23rd and January 27th. Dude, you're not retarded. Look at this. January 27th. What I just say? That January 27th date was so damn coded. January 27th was off the charts coded, right? When does January 27th end? It ends on January 28th, right? February 9th ends on February 10th. What is the Julian of February 9th? It's January 27th, right here. The exact day the song came out. Manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday. That's my fun day. Give me a break. And what is the other date it came out in the UK? It came out on December 23rd. December 23rd. Well, they just pointed it to something. Let's go check this out. What date were we all, or was I all gung-ho about? I was all like, dude, something goes down on December 27, 28. And what is the date? What is the damn date on the 28th? It's the 27th, right? Why are we looking at December 28th? Why the hell are we looking at December 28th? Because the Julian of February 10th is 128. Zero is not a number. Look at the date 128. It's damn Christmas. Damn Christmas. And that's why they coded this date, the 22nd, so hard, right? And if we're looking at this date, let's look at November. November, the 28th. Let's look at November, 928. October, actually, 1028. 1028, right? 1028. What is 1028? October 30th. 1028, right? October 30th. And that's how the Blondie calendar shows. 1030. 1030. 1028. So we're looking at the Julian, right? The Julian of February 10th is 128. Tishri means 1. If we look at 128, it's 10-3. So let's look at Blondie. Blondie shows 10-3 right here. 10-3. What else does Blondie show? It shows 9-6. And what day is on February 10th? Just showed you it's 12-12. 12-12. We go to December 12th. What is that day? We are in the month December 12th, right? We are in the month of, we're in month 9 because it's a leap year. See, it says 10 up there. On the other calendar, we're in Kislev. We're in month 9. And what is month 9? This is your 9-9. So Blondie shows 10-3 and 9-9. The exact day on February 10th, right? And it's New Year's Eve. How is it New Year's Eve? Look at the date. Look at the date on 10-8. Look at the date on 10-8. It's New Year's Eve. Blondie shows 9-9. Blondie shows 10-3, 10-30, right? I just showed you 10-30, October, right here, 128, October 30th, and Blondie shows New Year's Eve. This is the exact day on February 10th. The exact day, 9-6-10-3, February 10th. I've just solved Blondie, Manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday. That's my damn fun day. All right, let's finish with this little stuff. So, as you clearly saw, the date on February 10th is 5/11. But as I just showed, it's also 3/11, right? 5/11 and 3/11 are exactly on February 10th. And this is why you have to have February 6th, 5-6. All they simply did was 6s or 9s, right? And that's on February 10th. If they're not going to pull it on the 6th, they're not going to pull it on the 9th. First of all, because every pothead, like I said, every damn drug addict, like Exalted Lamb, the heroin addict, is looking at the Super Bowl because he's retarded. The guy is a complete moron, right? And eventually, Steve Fletcher will get to February 10th, right on February 9th. At the midnight on February 9th, he'll be looking at February 10th. What I'm doing is on February 6th, I'm like, dude, 6s are 9s. That's pointing to February 10th. And look at all this damn coding. And this is why I just said, on the day, if you go to the date 5-10 and 5-11, what is that day? That's 5-18. And it's 5-17. 5-18 and 5-17. Obama was in the classroom on 12-12. I just showed the exact day is 12-12. That's why July is missing behind him. He's wanting to look at month 7. Month 7. 7-8 is October 2nd. Elul 29. And there's your 5-6 right here. If it's not February 6th, it's obviously February 9th played out on February 10th because February 10th, like I just showed, is 11-17. 11-17 and 7-8. All three of these numbers connect to February 10th, right? The clock was set exactly to 11:17. The article comes out 3 days later. Buffett selling 728. 7 minus 6 is 1. 128. The Julian of February 10th just happens to be 11:17. Once again, Shavat means 5 and 11. If we go to 510, once again, 510. If we go to 510, what is 510? 11:17. 6 plus 5 is 11. 11:17. The emoji on the phone, like I just showed. Dude, February 10th, and the man will absolutely be traveling on that day. They're going to take him out on that day. The Super Bowl is a psyop with all the Super Bowl coding, and all the monkeys are falling for it. And just like I fell for the February 6th psyop, you have to have February 6th. It's January 24th, right? January 24th. I'm not just saying that because I had it, but you have to have this date. But 6s are 9s. And when does the 9th end? The 9th ends on damn Monday, Manic Monday. I just showed that 11.5 and 11.3 on that cover magazine, on the Economist cover. 11.5 we know simply is on this date, because Shavat means 5, right? There's 5:11. But how is it 11.3? If we go to the month 5, May, if we go to May, right? If we go to May, what is that month? That month is month 3. There's your 311 right here. And 6s are 9s. This is why the movie showed May 15th. All they did was convert it into a 9 to May 18th. And when does the 9 play out? On our Gentile 10. See how confusing that is? See how they hide it? And it's the 17th and 18th, the day Bye Bye Miss American Pie came out. Dude, there it is. There it is. If you don't like looking at dates, go watch some other video on YouTube. This is the date you burned to death. How did we know? May Day and Eagle burning. May Day and Eagle burning in advance. I'm like, something with May Day and Eagle burning. And then a plane crash. The American Eagle plane crash on May Day. Like, these are the calendars they're using. They're not using gematria. They're not using the sun and the moon and the dirt. They're not using your face and your hands. They're not using freaking heroin addicts on Exalted Lamb. They're using this damn calendar right here. That's what they're using. This is why September 26th is so massive. Elul 29 right here.
Held its breath. A hush fell over the world, silencing the wind and the birdsong. The air itself seemed to thicken, heavy with anticipation. Then a sound. A single piercing note like a trumpet call split the silence. It echoed across the empty cities and deserted landscapes. This was it. The day of reckoning had come. A date etched in fear and hope, whispered in hushed tones. The day the world would be reborn. No more tomorrows, no second chances. Just the weight of every action, every thought laid bare. The trumpet sounded again, a stark reminder that time was running out. It was a cruel irony, perhaps, that this day of judgment coincided with Shemini Atzeret, the 8th day of rejoicing. A day meant for celebrating the harvest, for giving thanks for the Torah, for the cycle of life and renewal. And following it, Simchat Torah, the joyous conclusion of the annual reading cycle where the scroll is rolled back and we begin anew. But this year, the joy was laced with terror. The air crackled with unseen energy. The world held its breath, waiting, watching. The trumpets were a relentless drumbeat, each blast a hammer blow against the fragile wall of denial. The day of judgment had arrived, a chilling echo of the joyous celebrations it had eclipsed. With a deafening roar, the sky tore open. Gigantic ethereal hands descended, each clutching a massive leather-bound book, the Book of Life and the Book of Death. Their pages, ancient and worn, whispered with the weight of countless lives lived and lost. Every secret, every whispered lie, every act of kindness, all recorded in meticulous detail. The very air vibrated with power, with the sheer, raw energy of judgment. There was nowhere to hide, no escape. Only the stark, unflinching truth laid bare for all to see. The hands began to turn the pages, each rustle echoing like thunder through the stillness. Section 4. Weighing of souls. A wave of dizziness, of nausea swept over the world. Invisible scales materialized, their golden pans hanging heavy in the air. This was the moment of truth, the weighing of souls. On one side, the weight of every sin, every selfish act. On the other, every act of kindness, every moment of love. A silent scream escaped the lips of those whose scales tipped towards darkness, their faces contorted in a rictus of fear and despair. Others, their hearts filled with a lifetime of love and generosity, felt a surge of hope. Their scales tipped, however slightly, towards the light. But for many, the scales remained agonizingly balanced, caught between darkness and light. Section 5. A final plea, a new dawn. A collective gasp arose, a desperate, heart-wrenching plea for mercy. Hope, fragile as a butterfly's wing, fluttered in the hearts of even the most hardened sinners. Could a lifetime of mistakes be erased by a single act of contrition? Could a final prayer tip the scales towards forgiveness? The book slammed shut, the scales vanished. Silence descended once more, heavier, more profound than before.